It's January 5th, 2009, and the big thing that went on today, this was my first day on the city council for the city of Rochester. Had a pretty busy day. Anastasia even came to cheer me on at the start of this session, although she didn't really want to stay too very long. Want to say hi, Anastasia? Hi, Anastasia. I guess I've got enough light now when I put something white on the screen. So, as you can see, this video quality is not necessarily professional. There's Mommy with the assist. I just wanted to give my constituents an update and let you know a little bit about what I have planned for this year, some things that I'm interested in doing differently, and just a little overview of the city council meeting we had today, what the actions were on my first day. This isn't by any means going to be a daily update, but I will from time to time put out videos, and of course you can subscribe to my video feed on YouTube, and you'll be able to see when I put new videos out there. In addition, my campaign team is working on converting my website over to something that we can use as an ongoing purpose. That URL is www.votewojak.org. And we're going to put a blog on there so I can update information as it becomes relevant. And hopefully we can use this as a quick way of distributing information to the people of Rochester. So, about my first day. A few different things went on today. I actually found that no one from the city was actually going up to this Growing Cooler presentation up in the Twin Cities, which deals with how land use development patterns affect greenhouse gas emissions. And obviously that's something that's near and dear to my heart, something I'm concerned about. I think something that we need to be doing better as a community. So I actually took the day off of work, left Rochester about 11 o'clock, went up, met with some folks in the Twin Cities. There were a lot of state legislature people there. Really an informative program, learned a lot about exactly how our land use development patterns are encouraging us to drive more miles, and the ultimate goal as a community needs to be that we decrease our vehicle miles traveled as opposed to seeing the significant increases that we have seen. It's something that I'm certainly going to consider anytime a new development comes forward, whether or not that development is going to serve to increase our vehicle miles traveled, and that's something that we need to try and avoid, and at the same time reward the type of compact, intelligent development that lowers vehicle miles traveled. Left that meeting a little bit early. Did meet some folks I'll be working with at different levels of government there, but left that in order to come back. Usually the first Monday of each month, or the first council meeting of each month, there's a councilman's dinner beforehand, and that's something that I do plan to attend as much as possible. So we had a dinner. It's an opportunity to chat a little bit, meet with other folks in the city, and have a little informal discussion time with other about whatever city issues may be pressing, things that we should have going on in the back of our mind. These meetings are open to the public. The rule is anytime you have 3 councilors in the same room, it's a public meeting. And actually, I believe that would be 4, but. So these are meetings anyone can come to. I don't encourage you necessarily to come because I don't think you'll find it that particularly interesting. But it's a good informal time to talk because, believe it or not, the councilors don't talk with each other as much as they should, in part because of the open meeting laws. But that's something I certainly hope to work with other council members. 6:45 we had the photo taken. 7 o'clock the first meeting began. There wasn't a whole lot on the agenda. I did have pertaining to areas that I represent, there were a couple of issues that came up, and it had to do with some no parking zones or changing parking regulations in part of Kutsky Park, and I asked that those be tabled to the next meeting just to give me an opportunity to speak with some folks in Kutsky Park. I don't know if they'll find these to be particularly objectionable where they're located, but I at least wanted the opportunity to run it by them, and as I pointed out at the time, they've had my representation for 32 minutes, so I wasn't willing to quite speak for them at that point. I at least want to have a meeting with them first. Another thing that happened today is something that I ran on in my campaign. It was kind of a first step, and I certainly hope that my talking about it during the campaign got some people thinking, but either way, I'm very happy that it happened, and that's that we took some actions to preserve the rail corridor going basically the old DM&E line going north, what becomes the trail up to Pine Island. Well, that kind of continues down to 7th Street, and actually that corridor we worked to preserve today. So that's something in the future, possibly as a transit line, possibly 30, 40 years from now, at least we're taking steps to preserve that that area right now, and I think it's something we should be looking at for a number of corridors. I think this was the easiest, obvious one, but there's more that we need to do. Not a whole lot happening on that. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of challenging issues that come up before us, certainly with the state financial issues and how that's going to impact Rochester. I certainly hope that the state acts in a much more responsible way than they did back in 2003 when they basically gutted LGA to the cities. Instead of solving their own problems, they gutted every rainy day fund that was available, and then subsequently passed the rest of the burden onto the cities. So you got to see higher property taxes as a result. Let's hope that the state has learned their lesson, and we rightly fired a bunch of those people that were supposed to be representing us that did such a poor job. So I think that I think that there are going to be some challenges going forward financially, and there might be some hard decisions that have to be made, but that goes with the territory. And that's certainly an issue that's coming up. And I'm just going to post these out on YouTube, and I encourage people to contact me if they have any questions. I'd like to build up a list so when I publish a blog entry or something, we can distribute it to people who might be interested in it. Again, my URL is www.wojcik.org, and also my phone number. I broke down and I finally got a landline phone. I'm ashamed of myself for doing so. I've been cell phone only for so long, and I'm kind of cheap, so I wasn't too happy about getting that landline. But it's important that I am listed in phone books, and I understand that I will be listed in phone books now, but you'll need to get a newer version to find me in there. But my number is 507-206-4544, and I encourage you to write that down and take it to other people. My preferred method of contact is always going to be email, and my city email address is MWOJ, C as in cat, IK, at rochestermn.gov, and supposedly I have a lot in that account yet, and I haven't actually gotten access, so I've got to figure that out, but I'm going to set that up to forward it to other accounts. But if you need to contact me, email is the preferred method. I've also got the phone line that's available, and I'm in the process of setting up a couple of meet with the counselor times. I'm going to do one either on Tuesday or Wednesday evening once a month at Beatles. Actually, I want to make a time available for people who can't always get out in the morning and do that, or don't desire to get up in the morning. I realize that I represent that generation to a certain point. And also, I'm going to try and do a morning coffee at some point, on a different week, and that at a location to be determined. I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time to watch this video. It's been about 8 minutes. I'm going to keep these things under 10 minutes when I do an update. Typically, they might be shorter than that. But once again, to everyone who came out and supported me, I really do appreciate it. And I'm going to work hard for you. And don't hesitate to contact me. I'm the representative or Ward 2 for the next 4 years here. And I want to do the job well. And I'm interested in your ideas, and keep them coming. And I hope that you find me to be quite responsive. Other than that, thanks for watching. Bye.